Hey guys, welcome to another week of MLCW recaps. I'd have to guess and say it's around week 7, I think. Now we see here Hired Goons, Violet Vipers, 40-43. Now I didn't get a chance to recap this war due to the fact that it finished before Potluck had finished, and I had a massive Potluck, especially at AA, a lot of accounts, all that kinds of things. So 40-43, I noticed, I did have a look quickly and cycled through, and there was nothing over the top from Violet Vipers. They had 60 percenters on the Town Hall 10s, and Hired Goons struggled through the war with the bases. So good war to Violet Vipers. They've been around in MLCW for a while, so they should be some movers and shakers, and we look forward to seeing them at the next ACA clan. Okay, now second off the rank for the week, we've got Aussie WootWoot versus LP6 Pegasus. Now 44-43, so you see there 98.53% to 97.87%. Now what happened there in the war? It was quite a balls to the wall kind of war. Came right up to the end. Now we see 88 and 80% on WootWoot's number 1 and number 2. So Town Hall 10s, they were 10 versus 10 attacks, and then we see a 78, which is the Town Hall 9 attack, and then a 3-star 10v10 on number 2. So I will show that. Basically, the war was fairly even all the way through. Looking at the statistics, there was 2 Town Hall 9s heading up to explore bases on the Town Hall 10s for WootWoot, none on the other side. Both teams had 2 hit downs. The fresh count was 6 fresh hits to LP6 compared to 5, I think it was, no, 4 on the WootWoot side. And where did it really go wrong? Just looking at some of the weird sort of things there, both teams had 5 attacks in the 90% plus sort of category, whereas LP6 had, there was 2 of them they had in 99%, and they're just heartbreakers. They are absolutely heartbreakers. Now you see here some big bases in defence, and one of the bases here took 6 attacks, and it actually took a Town Hall 10 to clear it. But basically, where the extra attacks came from WootWoot with a chance to be able to do the opens up top was from the second hits. So there was 6 second hits on WootWoot's side, and there was only 2 second hits on the LP6 side. Now what that meant is that it just sort of chewed through the attacks a little bit more, but for an overall great war. Non-40-40 on the heroes. They weren't max bases or anything like this. And you see Ben coming in here with a hero transfer, lightninged out one of the air defences. Now they're only Town Hall 9 level, so you know 2 max lightnings removes those air defences. So the clan castle was drawn. You see that Jimmy Bob, he was always going to run into there with his barbarians and aggro it. So that's why the Queen ability went down early, and then you see basically just into a lava loon. Now, one of the things Ben took was the archer to make sure that you could drag out that loon away from the midfield so the pups don't sit onto it. The big problem with that was forgot about the skeleton spell, and the skeleton spell attracts that hound back into midfield. So you can see there, poison, rage, skeleton spell thrown out on the Queen, even over the top of the Inferno with all those loons there. Now it was clan castle loons, so the big max level loons, and then after that Inferno's down, out goes the heal, and you see there those loons just soaking it up. Next town pops, those pups unfortunately do lock onto that hound clan castle, and you just see now these loons just struggling to get into that level 2 Inferno, but they get there. There was an attempt at putting 2 baby dragons into the Inferno. Unfortunately, the second one didn't target onto it, went a bit low. So, yeah, great to see a 3-star there. Any 3-star 10v10 should be rewarded with a bit of praise, and it's hard work. In Aussie Addicts, doing the harder wars in the CWL, and even the big potluck, we did a big one on the weekend, and 10 versus 10 is hard work. So, yeah, great work there. Now, let's look here. These aren't fresh hits. This is a couple of hits that are second hits. So Rico's attacked this base. He's known there's 2 Tesla spots with 2 in each. The hero's there. I think it has a baby in the clan castle, and he's come up with a shattered Golar Loon with bowlers in the clan castle, so go Boho, and you can see there an early poison that captures both heroes. Unfortunately, he took a bit of time to get his heroes down, so waiting for the clearing troops to herd that side areas there, then out come the troops. I probably would have liked to have thrown down my queen, but I'm guessing that he's... Oh, there she is there. She's down on the ground now. Now, she's going to walk, even with all that effort into getting the troops clearing and all that kind of stuff, she still walks, unfortunately. But Jimmy Bob's in midfield there. He's got a poison for the CC. I didn't see which order he used them in. You'd imagine he should have used the level 3 on the heroes and saved that level 5 for the big dragon in midfield, just in case his queen did walk. But you can see now the hogs coming out. Not spammed out at all. They're a little bit more surgical, just using them as he's got tanks available. Now they're used a little bit more, and you can see out comes the heel. No giant bombs. That must mean there's some between these Teslas. There they are. Oh, some bacon. So unfortunately the giant bombs weren't shown on the first replay, but obviously he's shown them there. That's why you see. So struggled through with a second hit. Good plan. Good funnel. I call it herding. So he's herded the base well and gotten in there and corner hut up top there. Now, great raid. So well done, Ricochet. And I was going to show number 6. Where are we? We've got Nick. Now, Nick had a 6-pack this war along with Gundiver. And we had on the LP6 side, Aragon and Fly Guy had a 6-pack. Now, what I like about Nick, he does a lot of queen walks and turns them into a lava loon. And he's done this one superbly. Good value, gets enemy king first, needs to rage through that, but does the rage, so that way he's going through the 2 defences and only needs to use the 1 poison. Does he use it? No, there you go. So it doesn't use the poison at all, but the rage is early. That's to get through those defences, get through both heroes and get him started. Now we see the wall breakers fail there, but luckily enough, uses that rage effect and gets 2 more down. So a little bit late on the poison there for the clan castle, but in saying that, had the rage effect down, so that worked really well. Pops queen ability now, walks into some giant bombs. There you go, just behind the bomb tower there, and starts his lava loon. So at the moment there's two air defences on the field, but the queen, instead of going for that clan castle, she's just gone yeah and walked back around the outside. So that's really good, because that means she's going to pick up the arch tower, get all the trash, and the pups. I'll clean that clan castle eventually anyway. So she would have been there to come in and get these other buildings down the bottom here, but loons cover that. Jimmy Bob goes down, bit of a swag effect really. Jimmy Bob, you know when you're using him as clearing trash buildings only, that you've had a good plan. So great raid, Nick. Great war. It's going to be good to see you coming up to AA for season 3 of CWL. So I'll pause there and I'll go across and we'll have a look at Down Under. Okay, so we're over here at Down Under now, and they're actually taking on the NYZombie squad at the moment. And rather than wait for the whole war to finish and do a recap, what I'm going to do is just go through some of the attacks on the... What's happening here. What's happened is Bulb has smashed this base apart. I'm lagging up, or he's lagging up, one or the other. Either way, that's going to be a 3-star. Now, let's go back into the map and we'll go through some replays. So, I expect this is probably going to be some kind of a shellacking. Down Under will likely get a perfect score. I'm going to call it now. And 6 attacks on the floor so far. Yes, you can see there. The guys are working through sequentially. Let's have a bit of a look here at some of the base and see what's happening. Town Hall 8. I don't know why there's a Town Hall 8 in this war at all. So both those bottom ones must be Town Hall 8s. What has Bulb attacked there? Number 6, number 8. Let's have a look at Benji on 11. So it's quite early in the war. It's only an hour or 2 in. Queen Walk and a Shattered Go Boho maybe. I don't know what else is in the clan castle yet. We'll soon find out. So Queen Walk's going in. That might give a bit of grief to the Queen, because that's going to walk her around. Now, I've found golems do funny things when given these squares on these bases like this. And it did it. You can see the golem, rather than going into the air defence initially, as I called it there, the air defence is going for the healers. Bowlers in the middle. Good heel there. That's a very, very good heel. More heat seekers for the healers in the midfield there. So join the kill squad into the Queen walks. That's worked well. That's given a bit of extra healing to Jimmy Bob, to the bowlers. Get the Queen up, bowlers up. You can see the golems are both still there. They haven't split. Plenty of clean up. Still a few hogs left. So easy 3. Well done, Benji. 6-pack war. Fresh sixes. Fresh sixes everywhere. Let's have a look at Bob. We'll see how he's done. Number 8. Queen walk. Govar, I think maybe Govar. I don't know what's in the clan castle. So starts off 4 healers. Now hitting into 2 points, 2 splash, but quick enough to be able to get one of those cannons down. So that works well. That's a good effective start to a Queen walk. Sends in the golem. Where are we? I don't know why the baby's there. Level 10 king, so quite low heroes on these bases as well. And you can see it's a baby dragon witch. I'm assuming that was a Valk as well. Now the idea here is to transfer the Queen walk into the Valks and then have the healers either heal the Queen or swap over to the Valks and get that extra value out of it. That recycling, healing, damage, where you can see there's just 6 Valks left. 6, 7, 7. So 7 Valks left. Queen's still alive. The golem that he dropped down is still alive. A couple of clean-up troops from there. So 7 Valks left, full health Queen, and he's started with 13. So yeah, that's the old Govar with the healers. I used to call it a He-Var-Ho. Did use it a long time ago, and it's still a very viable raid these days, especially with the way people offset the air defences. Now what have we got here going on? Mark Collins attacking number 4. Must have been some kind of a go boho. It looks like I'm going to log into the first fail. There's a few hogs left there. They look like level 5s. Drops that heal down. Yes, yes. Misses the hogs on that Tesla, unfortunately. Bomb tower. So that's good because those hogs are going to get healed. What's Queen still got her ability, but I don't think the hogs are going to have enough. Can't fast forward because we're obviously live. So yeah, I think that's going to be the first one. So far 7 attacks in, 6 3-stars. NYZ, they don't really have a full roster. I think they've struggled and they're just kind of trying to get through the season. You see there some 0.5s, so 9.5 instead of a 10. They don't ask their opponents to do the same, so that's at least a polite thing done well within the competition. But that's going to make a wrap for the week, guys. So mixed results, 2 wins, 1 loss, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.